one or two things about history. Because one of the things that we need to realize is that this movement, the Occupy movement, is making history right now. In a society that has been suffocating on greed, the arrogance of wealth, the worship of the almighty dollar, this movement has stood up and said, human values come first. This movement has said, people, not profits. And in doing that, you have broken the silence which has denied that there are any alternative ways of organizing our human life, our social life. And you have said, human cooperation and solidarity are possible. So you should never underestimate the significance of what we have started with this movement. And one day, very soon, historians are going to start the process of writing about this moment as the moment in which we started to turn the tide against corporate arrogance and corporate power. Of course we know there's lots of work to do. We have to keep building this movement. We are not going to stop until we have a society that serves the 99%, not the 1%. Now today, one of the things we're rallying for is the Robin Hood tax. Well, of course, that's a no-brainer, isn't it? Yes! If you're going to say to me that we could tax every financial transaction every time bankers and stockbrokers shuffle paper and make a profit, that we could tax some of that and run that money into schooling, healthcare, welfare, social housing, sustainability, it's a no-brainer. Of course we're for it. But we're also saying we don't think it's the whole solution. No, 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 no. The Robin Hood slogan was to take from the rich and give to the poor. The Robin Hood tax is one little part of that. But we got a lot more. There's a lot more that this movement is about, and we need to be clear about that. Remember, the Robin Hood movement, that's what it was. It was hundreds of thousands of ordinary poor people who, when the lands were enclosed, the common lands that had once been open to everybody to live on, for housing, for fishing, for hunting, for agriculture, when those lands were enclosed and privatized, they occupied. They took them over. And when the sheriffs were sent in, they kicked them out. They threw them out. It wasn't Occupy, or let me put it more precisely, it was a re-Occupy movement. It was taking back what had been stolen from the poor. And we are proud to say that we are part of that tradition. The tradition that fights for the interest of the poor, the majority, those who do the work, those who build these powers. Who built them? Working people built them. We built them. The 99% built them. I didn't see anybody in three-piece suits building them. I can tell you that.
The Iroquois built them.
And so the Occupy movement is, as I say, a re-Occupy movement. And yes, that also means re-occupying the lands that were stolen from the First Nations. Because it is also a global justice movement. that says wherever there is injustice, we are against it, and wherever there are people standing up against oppression, we are with them. And that's why the Occupy movement is a liberation movement and a freedom movement. Now, what we're really saying is that this is a movement about reclaiming our society, about taking back our world from those who have stolen it. It is about people power. It is about participatory democracy. It is about cooperation, solidarity. It is about saying that we do not rest and we do not cease until the system of capitalism has been overturned and replaced with a system of social ownership and human cooperation. And so, I want to finish my remarks by asking you to help me with two chants. The first one, you know it, it's the Robin Hood chant. So I'm going to say the first part, and I'm going to ask you to give me back the second. Take from the rich.
Give to the poor.
Take from the rich.
Give to the poor.
Take from the rich.
Give to the poor.
You're beautiful. I got one more for you. I'm wearing the button today. I got it out especially for this. Now it's really small, and I know no one even close to me can see it. So I'm going to read it out to you, and then I'm going to ask you to help me with the slogan. My button says, capitalism makes me barf. I'm going to chant that, and I want you to chant back for me, and that is why we occupy. Capitalism makes me barf. Capitalism makes me barf. Capitalism makes me barf. You're amazing. Keep mobilizing. Keep resisting. Keep occupying.